We're going to discuss a strategy called Strategy Harvest. The question you've been working on, and we are going to take this question, and myself and Miss T are going to model for you how a strategy harvest works. With a strategy harvest, I'm going to give you a template. We have 4 squares. In one of the squares, we are going to work our strategy. And then in another square, you're going to have 3 other people who work their strategy. Now, when you do a strategy and I show you my strategy or I tell you my strategy, then you have to respond and say something about my strategy, which myself and Miss Teague will show you. Here we go. I said 1 plus 3 times 6 divided by 2 equals 4 times 5 minus 8. Okay? What's the first thing you must follow? You have to follow order of operations. And so I was saying to myself in my head, 1 plus 3 is
4.
Times 6 is
24.
Divided by 2 is 12. 4 times 5 is
20.
Minus 8.
12.
Did 12 equal 12?
Yes.
Yes, but what did I not do?
Order of operations.
I didn't do order of operations. So what can I do to my problem so that we are able to add before I multiply? I can add parentheses to it. So for my problem, I added parentheses to it.
Okay, so I think that was a really neat idea, and some of you caught on to that while we were walking around as well. So here's how I solved the problem. And when you do this and you're filling in someone else's strategy harvest, this is where you'll start by writing your name. So that was the way I did it. And so then Ms. Junkins would give me feedback on my work.
You followed order of operations. Good job.
Okay, so
equals 13. You need to find at least 3 other people who were in different groups. Okay? So you're going to write your strategy, and then you are going to find someone. They're going to explain their strategy. They can write it or you can write it, either one. However, when you give them feedback on their strategy, you need to either write it out here to the side or write it down here somewhere in this box. Okay? So you're going to let them write their strategy, and then they can explain the strategy to them. And then once you give them feedback, you need to write the feedback down somewhere in that box.
Put it on the graph paper and start and it works. Cool. I gotta write you feedback. I'm gonna write it under your thing. I'm gonna write it right here.